Welcome to welcome back to the What If series that I've been doing. So this is the what if Zuko had those two as his sisters. So to him. So let's begin with let's say in the sorry. In the anime, she's the oldest one, and she's the youngest or second youngest one. But in this What If, basically, is this different? But she would be the oldest, and she would be the young or second youngest. And Zuko's their brother is the first youngest one. So basically, it's like those two. Okay? So, they were happy about it. They were playing around. And so, they got their, or each one had their quirks, like, analyzed thing. But in this universe, there's two different doctors. There's a quirk doctor, and then there's a attributes doctor. I was gonna say skill thing, but then I was like, nah. So she got her telepath, or like kind of like what she has in the anime thing. Like, she could control stuff, but way stronger. Like, and the building, she could lift buildings out of skies and meteors thing. Their sister, her, has almost the same ability, but a little bit toned up by 20%. Like, a way overpowered thing. But they're really protective of their brother. And I'll get to right now. So Zuko, when he got hit to get his, where is he? When Zuko got his quirk thing, it turns out to be, or like he says, sorry, sir, or sorry, Zuko, you don't have a quirk. As then they were walking away, but they got stopped by a attribute doctor because he could see some attributes in as he walks up to them. and says, let's do the attribute thing. Okay? And as it's not like similar to a quirk, but it's way too powerful for it. So let's see. I see. You're in luck, Zuko. You are basically immortal and have the powers of the nuns of infinity. As at this point, okay, where is she? At this point, Inko was like, wait, what do you mean? The quirk doctor says he doesn't have a quirk, but you say he's immortal. And has power. As he says, yes, I know that he doesn't have a quirk, but this attribute of his is, see, attributes, think about them as quirks. But it's still like a really high class one, like the top of a food chain kind. But the so he said, so basically, don't worry about the dogs barking thing. Okay. So basically, he says that to Zuko that he's basically immortal. He has the powers of infinity and zero. And he plus Zuko or the duck or actually he actually looked deep and saw a real quirk too. Like, that doctor must be lying to you. I can't see it in Zuko, that quirk is powerful. And how did you hide it from? As he tilts his head and asks Zuko, why did he hide it from the quirk doctor? As in the same room, now, was a quirk doctor says, wait, what do you mean? As he says, well, I think it's because of zero, that attribute that you have is hiding it from it. As so Zuko says, okay, what is my quirk thing? Well, it's simple, as similar to your sister's, and like definitely to like to Inko and or to your father too. So basically, he could hide his own quirk inside of his body, and he's immortal. That means he can, plus if he does die, he always could come right back. Easy as like snapping your two fingers. So basically, next day, Zuko told Bakugo what has happened to him. As Bakugo couldn't believe what he's even had class as even heard is hearing him talking about how, because it's, we all know so Bakugo was like, wait, so you're immortal and I'm confused. Well, I'm confused at first. Then he explained it to me of how I can never die. I can basically transform this entire world if I wanted to. Okay? As then Bakugo got upset. Like, he's like, you're making my head hurt. Stop that. As he caused the explosion and wounded Zuko. And so his sister came and made sure that he's alright. And so that's why his sister was overprotective. So that's why. So Bakugo got taken care of. Zuko had just a minor injuries, like explosion to the face. And then when they reached 15, then they took a Quirk assessment test. As Zuko turns to his sister and say, no pulling meteors out of the sky. This won't be fun if you did that. Okay, brother. Only just if something comes to worse, I'll make sure that the meteor will come. So I'm skipping over a sludge villain because let's do a little bit of what they did to the sludge villain. Well, the sludge villain went and grabbed tried to grab Zuko's body and consume it. But his sister, both of his sisters, her and her, got mad and ends up pulling that sludge villain off of their brother. And they know that because some of the goo that was still on Zuko was pretty funny. So basically, they They put the. So basically, all of the. How will I put this? They put it in a jar and left it on. Floating, or gave to All Might that showed up. As All Might hits, or actually not All Might, he accidentally let a pan, or the manhole cover thing that goes down into a sewer, hit Zuko right in the head. Before, of course, his sister used her to stop him from hitting her brother. As they said, and of course, now it's a Quirk assessment testing, and they, all three of them, passed. They got 1 trillion in percent. Like, that's high for any students. And during the robot one, as Zuko is so anxious to get it started, as his sisters are basically can tell that Zuko is, or their brother can, as he literally got so prepared. So he basically ripped the handles right off and goes full on like berserk mode. As that's our brother for you. As that's what she's saying. That's our brother for you. So let's make sure that he doesn't get killed by these stupid robots. As his sister says, sure, go right ahead. And so she's like, and then that one punch thing for Zuko, like he basically clapped his hands together, and the 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, they all like disappeared. Like they got destroyed by just like clap. Boom. And now it's a 0-pointer. As he gets hit in the head and by a fake city's wall. But before he used his own power to warp Ochako away, like saving her life. Okay? As then her so then he actually warped everybody away except for his both sisters. as his sister. That's what I'll. She is now upset because because that zero pointers is running over her brother painfully, as she and her other sister got some rubble off, and of course she's like, "Don't worry, sister, or don't worry, brother. You can survive this. I believe in." Yeah. As she basically brings the meteor down onto Earth and wiped out the zero pointer and the entire fake city. As basically the Zuko is he got or he came or his there was only skeleton version of himself, but I can't find him or can't find this skeleton. So basically he got up as he's that move is powerful, as they see on the cams or in person, seeing Zuko instantly coming to life as he's regrowing his organs and meat and his skin and back, as he is now basically powerful enough. So as he and they all okay. And his sister literally flew over to make sure that there's no serious injuries things, as they asked why did she do that, and she responds, he had no choice. Okay? So All Might's like, okay, because he knows that how powerful so basically as he was kind of feeling dizzy from doing that, or queasy, so his sister always carries a garbage thing, those big metal garbage cans for him, as he vomits into it. As he as she says, "Are you done?" Yeah. As his headaches came or went away. as the so he asked Nezu, or he asked All Might if he wants those people back, as they all or they thought, or actually All Might thought that they were all dead, but turns out it was they got teleported to his pocket universe, as he like claps 2 times and everyone came back, all those students, as they're like, wait, what the heck? So then so they put him at, or they all, all 3 of them, basically all 3 of them worked together as a team. And so it was 1 point, there's weights of like 1, 10,000, all the way to like sextillion and drittillion, and let's say drittillion, and tons of points for each for them, plus rescue points. And so basically all 3 of them broke like a world record. And so Bakugo's like still upset, like, why did you have to do that, Shuku? Or actually Bakugo, just on that other word, he thanks for the saving us all. Yeah, and then they got back to the home, and the next day it's similar, but and his like sisters and him did a quirk test thing, and when they threw a ball, first was their oldest sister threw a ball first, and she got infinity, all the way from Earth to like the moon. Then their second oldest threw the ball, and it went all the way to the sun, but then when their brothers say, or ready, as he threw it, the entire school grounds got obliterated, and and there was a tornado, and the 100 feet below the Earth's surface when he threw the ball, and it landed in another galaxy. Okay, so they were like doing their quirk things, and then but none of them realized that the entire school is gone. on until only person that really noticed that the entire school was gone was actually one of the class 1B students, or actually class 1A students, was actually Todoroki. As he turns around and sees the entire school and the ground thing got disappeared. Like, what the hell? Oh, Mr. Aizawa, what's going on? Why is the school gone? As Mr. Aizawa looks at Todoroki, thinking that he lost his mind. And then when he looks up at the school, then like, okay, it must be from that powerful. As he looks at Zuko, because he knows that it was Zuko that did that. As he walks up to him and says, "Did you do that?" As he says, "Huh. Well, I actually, you told me to throw a ball as hard as I could, so I did." I did not mean to all of it. Just cut down your power. Sheesh. Oh, as everyone thought, okay, did someone lose their mind? As rest of them looked at the school and realized, okay. As as his sisters notices that in like shock of how Zuko's power level is. As she says, "Huh, don't blame him. You said that you don't hold back, so he didn't not hold back on us. That's what you get when you say." As Momo who says, "You both of you are powerful. I can't even imagine how both of you do in battle." As she looks at him, or she looks at Momo and says, "Huh, a lot better than showing too much skin. Yeah, I have feelings, you know." As as the entire class 1A, like, students they had to evacuate from it. Like, as she was holding her sister back from being, like, going berserk. As that explosion as so basically the entire class 1A, they all looked at Deku and said, or actually Tinya said, "Did you, like, I know that Mr. Aizawa said don't hold back, but um, you almost killed all of us. Yeah, but don't worry. As before, he actually had a time steal power. So he basically stole the entire UA, his ground, and before it got destroyed. It might take us a couple years to rebuild. As he says, what are you talking about? As he knows that he was just playing around with them. Like his power level, he knows his own power level without any hesitation. So basically, the middle of the night, he was, or his sister, her, asked where he's going. As he says, oh, nothing much, sister. I'm gonna walk around a bit. Okay? Because I had as she, or he told her what he actually did. As she says, okay, brother. I know I trust you on it. So, as when he used his power, he cleaned a head off, fake debris, and he puts the real one back on. And really secretive as he goes back to sleep. As really tricky boy or brother, aren't you? As that's what she's saying quietly. Hey. So the next day, they thought, okay, as Mr. Aizawa got notified before or after her it. So that was pretty fast. Sorry if I make you sick, but Mr. Aizawa says that was pretty fast to build. As one of the destruction workers says, it's not even us. When we showed up, it, what the heck? As Mr. Aizawa was like, wait, so it didn't get destroyed? That hurts my brain. As Zuko walked on, or actually, everyone now notices that something's up. So basically, So his sister is like, I know what, or what did you do, Zuko? As they, all three of them, or all four of them, looked at Zuko and says, oh, let's say I kinda stole it and replaced it with a fake decoy one. As you are sure tricky, brother. But seriously, stop doing that. Trying to give all of us a heart attack. As they all showed back up, and Bakugo, like, asked Zuko what happened, and he, as Zuko, who says, oh, nothing much, it's just an illusion. Be honest with me, says Zuko, who, best thing you was, be honest with me. Oh, I'll let my sister tell you before. I'll give you a hint. I'm not a bad person, am I? As, no, I'll be bad if because his sister knows that if he, like, threatens her, or if he threatens his sister or her brother, then she knows what to do. So basically, she knows that how. So basically, it's just how weird it is. So then, so Mr. Aizawa walks up to Zuko and says, what did you do, Maui? As he says, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I used my quirk called Time Steal. Basically, I can steal, like, anything from any timeline. Like, I can steal, like, I replaced the UA with a fake version, so, and that's a real one. No questions about it. As he's like, wait, or Tinya's like, wait, so you didn't destroy the UA? Huh. You destroyed it, a fake one. That's funny. As they're all like, okay, is he a villain or is he a hero? I don't know. Or they're like, so they were like, okay. Because sometimes, of course, only people that really knew that Zuko pulled a trick, making them think that he destroyed the entire UA, was actually his sister. Because she knows that her brother's powerful, like super powerful. Or, I meant her. That's what, when She never expected him to actually save anything. So basically, it's like a time anchor. So then, and during the heroes versus villains, is so different from canon. And then, like, Zuko and Bakugo against his sisters. Sisters. As heck, the those two telepaths were the pro here, or like being the heroes, and Bakugo and Deku are both villains. Villains. But the heroes win because of, as she told her brother before, like, I won't go easy on you. I know you're my brother, but still don't go easy on you. As he says, I understood, but try not to kill me. This is just a test, okay? And then 5 seconds later, as Zuko died on impact, my not because it pierced through his heart, as his sister didn't mean to do that to. So basically, he, as she touched the bomb thing, and basically she says, sorry brother, I did not mean to do that for you. As that's what she's doing. And like, as all my hate, like, was a little bit disappointed that, man, sorry, I had to itch on my nose. Okay, so basically, All Might here. Basically, All Might went or said that next time you need to don't kill your villains, just try to capture them. As they see a hand, like Zuko's hand, and pulled it right out, or pulled the metal rod out of his chest, as he's regenerating faster than anyone. lost to both of you. That is a hilarious thing. As his sister's like, yeah, I agree. But sorry about pierced that metal through you, Zuko, or brother. As she heard that, and she's like, you jerk, you did kill my brother, but the lucky for my brother, he has that. Or else you would have put him in the early grave, sister. Yeah, I agree. And as, of course, Momo knows what they're talking about. And so, well, they're all like telling Ellen her to not pierce through, or ugh, don't use like mental force to try to kill somebody. As when they saw Zuko pull that metal pipe out from his chest, as he says, other than that, other than pierce through me, that and was kind of fun. As she knows that her brother likes to kid around with her. So basically it's her favorite time. Yeah, that was fun. But next time, or thank goodness it was you, not like Bakugo. Because Bakugo in the background saying is like cussing up a storm. Like, what did you say? That B word. And he got like his entire body got nailed to the wall. Oh. Well, as don't be rude, Bakugo. I'll deal with you later, but now I'm just worried. Okay? I'm out. As she, or they know that they are like elemental things, overpowered anime characters. Like, Deku's is like, basically the most powerfulest one, and he's like kind of like the earth thing if he was an element. The his sister would be air. She would be the or actually she would be the tornado of air. She would be the tornado of basically. Actually, let's make her the Earth because she's in Zuko's space. Basically, the entire planet. And then all of that happened. As power surge. And I was thinking about skipping the USJ, but it would be a hilarious fight. How hilarious are you talking about? And what you're probably saying. Well, and the USJ thing, the the during the villain thing, Nomu and Zuko went at it. Like, they went fist to fist. It would be like a bloodbath. Huh? As they see, or actually, Nomu killed Zuko, as he goes and to Mr. Azaro, but and Zuko, like, fully self-revived, and he punched the Nomu right in the brain. Okay? So, basically, right in the brain. Before you start hitting me in the comments, like, it would be cyclical possible if it's in the brain part. As his sister, they're glad that he's still kicking and screaming, as he punched so hard, he turned the entire Nomu's body into a skeleton. Here, imagine this turning into a skeleton. No brains, no heart, no organs, no, like, flesh, or no nothing. Just skeletons. Bones. As their shock that as so Shiraki-sen and was like, you cheated. You cheated. How did you cheat like that? Nomu killed you and came back and turned him into the skeleton. Spooky, scary skeleton shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Seal your doom tonight. Okay? Now, and so his sister, like, we also have, like, a Nomu that can self-revival. And how did we cheat? You broke into our... and... So basically, Zuko came in at Shiraki-sen and, like, punched him. But the Shiraki-sen used his 5 fingers thing, and it destroyed his brother's arm. As so when they saw or actually the other fist human, and hit uppercuts him, or like punched him in the back. And so when that's our brother for you. As when they saw like what Sharky did, they were like pissed because Sharky-san cuts off Zuku's arm. And so both of them was gonna turn the entire thing into a slaughterhouse they like all those students and the teachers teleported out of there before his sister become as they know that he knows that his sisters can be like storms. So they basically caused the entire they crippled Shiraki-san with those attacks. Just crippled him. And then as he instantly regenerated his bone structure, as he says, that was fun, but ouch. As he says, you're okay, brother, as long as... So, they were basically pretty powerful. What do you do? So, Mirio, he heard that Zuko and rest of them were like got attacked by real villains. They're like, that's pretty much. As only students that were in class 1A was actually that really want Zuko was Ochako and Momo and Mina. So I'm skipping the sports festival thing and the internship thing. It gets kind of boring when you have to say it same thing. Okay.